Welcome back into the Ohio State Football Report. I am Tom Downey. Coming up on today's show, some maybe concerning recruiting news, Ryan Day press conference notes and takeaways, Marvin Harrison Jr. with some high praise for Jeremiah Smith, and another black stripe alert for the Buckeyes. Now we're going to launch the internal battle against the Alabama Football Report with the most likes in April. It is obviously April 1st, so we're going to start at 0. Let's make sure we beat the Crimson Tide like today's video for me right now. Let's move to the recruiting side. Rivals reporting that Miami is gaining ground on Ohio State for Favour Akih in the recruiting battle ongoing there right now. Here's Adam Gorney, I think I pronounced that right. Again, no pronunciation, you got to only see him written. From Rivals reported on Akih. Ohio State, Miami, and USC are the three frontrunners for him. And even if OSU is going to be tough to beat, the Hurricanes definitely look like number 2 on the list, if not higher, which kind of feels a little bit contradictory, but whatever. The 4-star running back loved his trip there last week, from the massive offensive line to the weather to how Coach Mario Cristobal runs the program. Look, Cristobal's a damn good recruiter. He has always been a really good recruiter. Here's a Favour Akih tweeted out a couple days ago. I had an incredible time at the University of Miami. Thank you to all the coaches and staff for making the visit memorable. I can't wait to be back. Pretty straightforward, but, I think actually kind of respectful. I actually like it when recruits send stuff out there like that. Favour Akih is a 4-star recruit in the class of 2026. Now, he is from Ohio. This would be a culture shock, maybe is the proper term for it. Life in Ohio is very different than life in Miami, even in Columbus to Miami. He's from Delaware, Ohio. It's very different. Very different life, which maybe is part of the appeal there. Number 15th ranked back, again, a 4-star in the class of 2026. Buckeyes have multiple signees in the class of 2025. There's obviously Bo Jackson, Anthony Rogers are the 2 4-stars there. Isaiah West, by the way, is the 3-star. I still think that the Buckeyes are the favorite for Favour Akih. Doesn't mean it's a lock. It is recruiting. These are sometimes not always, the smoothest of stuff. There's ups and downs and surprises and chaos. And, of course, the NIL factor is always lurking out there these days. So predictions for the pinned comment of today's show. I think Favour Akih will commit to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Why for yes and for no? Let me know in the comments of today's video. Let's go to Ryan Day and discuss some of the joint practice conversation. There's stuff that he had to say on his press conference. Obviously, this kind of had picked up some steam with Colorado suggesting it of like a spring game between two. I was going maybe do joint practice stuff there. Ryan Day is in favor of it, but he doesn't want it to be something Ohio State does. So here's what Ryan Day had to say. I think if teams want to do that, I think the rules committee should take a look at it and allow folks that if that's what they want to do. For us, I'd be concerned about the health because when you practice, there's certain rules of engagement that have to happen. I'd be very, very concerned about practicing against another team when the rules of engagement aren't clear or you're not going against one of your teammates you're trying to take care of. I think we all understand what that could be like. But when you're now playing a 16-game season, I feel like we need to do a little bit better job of making sure that health is one of the most important things as we head into the preseason. So for me right now, it's not something I would consider. But for those who want to do it, I think they should be able to. I actually kind of like the idea a lot. Look, to an extent, as we move more and more into the NIL era, into the transfer portal era, you can make things, and maybe should make things, more like the NFL. You're playing, like Ryan Day said, 16 games schedules and seasons. I think you kind of want to try to adopt more of a pro model when it comes to taking care of your players' bodies. It's still different. They still have school to go to. There are limits in the hours you can put in. So maybe joint practice isn't right for everybody. But I do agree. If that's something that, Purdue and Vanderbilt want to go do, for example, sure. Maybe Ohio State and like Alabama and, Oregon and Texas, maybe those teams don't want to do it because there is a bit of a talent discrepancy to an extent. But I think it should be something that's possible for college teams to pursue. And if you live stream it and make it a spring game, that's awesome. Okay, next let's discuss the Caleb Downs getting some running back reps, which kind of reminds me of the Micah Parsons getting running back reps before he opted out of his final year because of the COVID stuff at Penn State. Ryan Day saying, not right now. He's coming off a bit of an injury. They're not going to really take a look at it there. He also left it open for a discussion later in the preseason, but I kind of expect that Downs just ends up playing safety. As fun as that would be, and certainly unique as it would be, I kind of think he just plays safety and ends up being a top whatever pick in round 1. Now you can get some Fanatics gear celebrating the Ohio State National Championship over at chatsports.com/OSU champs. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, and kind of everything else in between is available. I like the way the black and gold looks as a combination there. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. Go check it out today. chatsports.com/OSU champs. Let's look now at Arvell Reese, since there's, a bit of a spotlight on him from what Ryan Day had to say. Day saying on the young linebacker, primed for a big role, that, quote, he's taken the next step. Staff has worked to maximize his strengths. He's got a lot of them. Look, Reese has not played a ton. He's got 43 tackles in 22 games, 4 TFLs, a half sack. The Buckeyes have kind of shuffled around the linebacker room a little bit with some of the changes they've been willing to make. Obviously you're going to have a huge role for Sonny Styles. CJ Hicks is going to play more edge than anything else. Cody Simon is gone. Makes Arvell Reese next in line at linebacker. So what is your confidence level in the young backer? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Naturally, we could not go anywhere without having a quarterback conversation for Ohio State. It is spring, and it is the number one thing going on as far as I'm concerned with the Buckeyes. Ryan Day saying, quote, there's been really good progress in that room. Then there's other moments where they have 2 or 3 plays in a row where you get frustrated. I think they have the right approach. I think they just need more and more reps. This is probably what should have been expected. You have a young quarterback in Julian Sayin, highly touted, hasn't played really college football. Lincoln Kynolds hasn't played much either outside the bowl game a year ago. Is still pretty young as well. Tavian St. Clair is not ready yet. I think that's kind of been the main takeaway. He simply needs more time. This is going to have to be some patience required. It would be nice if it was just like, yep, he's the guy, whichever it is, immediately. It's not the vibe that you currently hear from the coaching staff and the reports and everything else in between. So patience is going to have to be key. The nice part is the offense can just be F it. Jeremiah Smith down there somewhere to an extent. Marvin Harrison Jr. had some extremely high praise for Jeremiah Smith. I feel like people, Marvin Harrison Jr. said, and I hate to put the pressure on him, so I don't want to say it, I think he's the LeBron James of football. He's built differently than everybody else. He is athletically gifted. The mindset he has as a football player, it is special to see. The talent is out the roof. Who he is as a person, his character, there is no limit for him. He can do whatever he wants to do. Every record there's at Ohio State, he's going to have it. There's nothing he's going to leave college not having done. Look, does put pressure on him. But, we all know he's good. I will say this, though. I don't know if he's actually going to beat Ohio State long enough to set some of those marks. The first-year start is really good, and he gives him a huge leg up. Like, the per-game numbers, I think he might shatter. He might be a little behind on a yards or a catches because he's going to play 3 years. We know that. Jeremiah Smith is what I haven't figured out the right term for it. I'm going to go with partner player. And what I mean by that is your significant other may or may not watch a lot of football. They don't love ball. They're not elite ball knowers, but they watch it because you watch it, right? And if you're dating someone who doesn't watch a lot of football, you can turn on an OSU game and they can watch and go, yeah, that person's really good. Or it's just blatantly obvious to everyone, even if they don't watch football, yeah, that guy's kind of a different player. That's who Jeremiah Smith is. You don't need to know a lot of football to know he's special. He's awesome. It's very obvious. And I mean that in the most positive. I'm not trying to take shots at who you're dating or whatever. That's you don't need to know football to know Jeremiah Smith is special and different. For more OSU football rumors and weird analogies, hit that sub button so you don't miss out. YouTube.com/GoBucks for more updates here. Another black stripe alert here on Monday. Max Clare, the Purdue tight end transfer, became the second Buckeye to get rid of that and become a true Buckeye, so to speak. I am actually very excited about Clare. I think he is a good football player. I'm going full nerd here, but I did a Notre Dame Dynasty random teams online for CFB 25, and I got Max Clare as a transfer. He's really good, but he's also good at football, not just the video game version. 685 yards at Purdue with the offense they had is actually really high-end production. Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be like a top 5 pick or anything. He's not Brock Bowers, but I do think Claire's going to have a key role and a big impactful role for the Buckeyes. He joins, by the way, Miles Lockhart as the one to shed the black stripe. First mid-year enrollee transfer style to do that as well.